Huh.
Hello there. Tonight's shave, we're going to be using some soap that I got from Sir Brian, 782 Sir Brian, off the shaving room for him. It's Palmolive Classic. It's a shave stick. I don't face lather, so what I did was basically just put it in one of these bowls and smashed it down real good. And we're going to be using my 51, the Victor. I don't know if you can read it. Straight. One of my very favorite straights. And my B-Long 12601 that I've had soaking here a bit. I like this Palmolive. It's a lower cost soap. I'm not sure what the stick runs. It's either $7 or $9, but I believe it's like $7 if you buy it at someplace like Maggard or Bull Goose or someplace like that. Very inexpensive, and I think in England where Brian got it, it's probably even less expensive. I don't know, but he said it's very inexpensive, and it's found in supermarkets and all over the place there in England. It lathers wonderfully well. It has I've heard people describe this as a plain soap scent, but to me, perhaps it says it has palm extract in it, but to me it's got a woody kind of scent to it, and it lathers at the drop of a hat. So, and it's fairly slick, so I have been a little slow making videos. I had some problems with my vehicle and stuff like that, and I've been working on music. I played in bands years ago for a long time, and what I'm trying to do, the only thing I play now is gospel. I play the contemporary stuff, the more modern stuff, but I also play the old Southern gospel, traditional gospel, country gospel kind of stuff. And played a lot of country as well as rock in my past, you know. And I'm trying to put together backing tracks so that I can go into any situation, and even if I don't have a band, I have tracks. And basically what I'm doing is I've got a program called Band in a Box. Some of you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I use it basically as a glorified drum machine. It's a program that you can write MIDI files, and it'll write a song for you if you want it to. All you got to do is program the chords in, you know. But I don't like the sound of it. But I play guitar, I play bass, I play lead, I play piano, you know, so there's no reason that I can't get the drum track from Band in a Box, get it where I want it, and play all the other instruments and record it. So that's what I'm doing. It's a long process because I just spent about 8 hours today in my little music room there on the computer, programming the drum track, recording acoustic guitar, recording bass, that kind of thing, you know. And it's time consuming, but I think in the end it'll end up being worth it. I don't play in different churches very often. My church keeps me pretty busy, and that's where I'm called. But there are occasions when other churches are having singings and stuff like that, and they ask me to come and sing. And generally when that happens, it's just me and my guitar, or sometimes I have a brother friend that plays bass and guitar as well, and we tend to switch off. He'll come sometimes, and sometimes he'll play bass and I'll play guitar and sing. And sometimes I'll play bass and he'll play guitar and sing. So but for those times when I'm solo, the backing tracks would be nice. So, got a little cut here. I nicked that like a week ago, and I keep hitting that sucker with everything. Doesn't matter, straight, DE, don't make a difference. Keep hitting the sucker and opening it back up. I try not to, but it's in that little divot there, the chin, and if you're not really careful how you run a blade through that, the way it dips, it'll catch on that leading edge, and that's where I cut myself the last time I cut myself, and it just doesn't, you know, it's hard to keep it out of the way, or keep out of the way of it, that kind of deal. So quite aggravating sometimes, but that's part of the deal with shaving. You know, we're using a real blade, not a one of those multi-blade monstrosities. And you're going to nick yourself from time to time. That's just the way that it is. But now this Palmolive, I love this stuff for what it is. It's got a wonderful lather. It creates a wonderful lather. It takes a ton of water. It's really slick. And I love this razor. I love the square point, and I love it's a really a nice hollow ground. And it gets a wonderful edge on it really easily. And as an amateur honer, anything that hones easily is my vote. Lovely. But I mean, that music stuff, that's what I've been doing this week, and it's taking all of my time. For those of you that have seen it, there's a video up about my latest guitar build. I have a playlist called Handmade Instruments, and that's the first video in that playlist. I plan to take some of the guitars that I have built, and for instruments I got a bass too, and that right there probably didn't need it, but anyway, this part of my chin did. Those little hollows there. But anyway, trying to do videos showing them, although they are a couple years old. So they'll show the marks and the dings and stuff like that. Playing with them the way I am, as clumsy as I am. produces. But that's all right. I didn't have the capabilities before now to do it. I just bought another small light to try to get a better lighting in that room for that. So stay tuned for those as well. I'm going to finish off with Stetson Cooling Moisture. Lovely scent. Nice light menthol. Hit. I may actually throw another crystal in that, augment it a bit with a little bit more menthol. But anyway, that's the shave. Now, God bless you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching my videos and taking part in what I do here. And I hope that, if you're new to wet shaving, that this will encourage you. This is one of the best decisions I ever made was to, about a year ago, to decide to go to traditional wet shaving. It's the best shaves of my life, especially with the straights, but with all of them, and it's just wonderful. There's a whole big world out there. You can get lost in gear and stuff like that, and I collect the vintage stuff because I can get it for cheap. Right now, it's getting more expensive, but I can get it cheap. And for me, that's the operative word, because I can't afford to spend $60 or $70 on a razor. 30 or 40 is too much for me, but I can get a vintage razor for between $8 and $15. All day long there's a bunch of them. They'll show up and I can get them. So and the straights, I can find them in good shape, but they got rust or something like that on them, or they need new scales or something like that, so I can get them cheap. I haven't found as many of them lately as I used to, but I just have to keep looking. And so there's a lot here. There's a lot in traditional wet shaving, but I mean, you can take just a simple razor and a simple soap and a simple aftershave and shave the rest of your life with it and get the best shaves of your life out of it. Just wonderfully comfortable and fun. And there's a big, huge, wide community of wet shavers out there that are people that, they'll restore your faith in humanity. Now, when you get a whole bunch of people together, there's going to be people that can cause problems and stuff like that. But by and large, the guys that I've met on the wet shaving communities really have lifted me, uplifted my spirits, and made me much more positive than I used to be. Just to know that there are people like that, still around. So God bless you, and I will see you later.
Huh.